Hi, hello, welcome to Spell Day. We're covering a spell every single day of the year from the 5e PHB +3. Those +3 spells are homebrew spells. We're at +2 at the moment. You can head back in playlist to find them. And today's spell is Sunburst.
Well, time for bed. Wait. Just in case there's any monsters down there.
8th level evocation, casting time of 1 action, range of 150 feet, components of roll somatic material, fire, and a piece of sunstone. Duration instantaneous. Brilliant sunlight flashes in a 60-foot radius centered on a point you choose within range. Each creature in that light must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 12d6 radiant damage and is blinded for 1 minute. On a successful save, it takes half as much damage and isn't blinded by this spell. Undead and oozes have disadvantage on this saving throw. A creature blinded by this spell makes another Constitution saving throw at the end of each of its turns. On a successful save, it is no longer blinded. The spell dispels any darkness in its area that was created by a spell. So this is the big burst version of Sunbeam that we just covered. Still has the blinded effect, still has the minutes, but damage-wise, this is not an 8th level spell. Maybe 7th. I'd even argue that this should be the 5th level version of Sunbeam. It should be the thing before it. The thing I can argue for its level is its radius. A 60-foot radius is not bad, but that's more an army clean or an army wipe. I guess hitting an undead horde because they will have disadvantage, so mass mob of zombies, skeletons, a 60-foot radius from 150 feet away of just 12d6 to all of them, and they have disadvantage. Still, 8th level? 8th level? Like, knock it down to 7th? Because again, against single targets, no, but that's why its radius is so large and its range is so great. This is to hit large groups of people. There's obviously the downside of, once they're blinded, they can keep making a save after, but this is less for the blinded. This is for the initial wipe of undead, or oozes, I guess. There's also the dispelling darkness, but how often does magical darkness come up in your games? Would you really use an 8th level spell slot on that and not just a dispel? 3rd level? This also doesn't have the sun tag, which I get because it's an instantaneous effect, so the designers just didn't bother, which, alright. But Sunbeam at least had that passive effect for anything that had sunlight sensitivity being struggling against that target, or whenever they're close to it. This one, it's just this one burst, which I don't think is worth 8th level. Yes, it would be used for things like undead horde wiping, but 8th level spell slot on that? I'm pretty sure there's 8th level spell slots that could do a similar effect to a better degree. Like, I don't think the effect is bad. I just think it should be at least 1 level lower. At least. I don't think 8th level fits it. Not for 12d6. 6 out of 10. Its radius and range are what's still pulling it together. 12d6 over a 60-foot radius of radiant damage and undead having disadvantage. The issue is it's a very targeted spell, meaning it's just for those horde events, and it's just against undead hordes. Anything else, there's probably better spells, or especially if 8th level, to be casting. Or slightly lower to more effect. Yeah, 6 out of 10. It's still decent at that role. But it's such a particular role.